my apple just fell. But high protein right now. A little bit of fat, not too much, because I'm going to be coaching and I don't want to be super heavy, but I do need some carbs when I'm coaching or doing privates. It's pretty physical in terms of just moving back and forth. I want to just finished my training for jiu-jitsu, and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna eat post. I would combine this with protein and then some fruit, but because I am home and I get to make a meal, I'm gonna actually make a full whole thing of this, which is, if you check it out, a lot of protein. So this is 5 serving is 10. So that's 50 grams of protein that I'm gonna have in one sitting with my bananas. Look at the carbs really low and look at the fat really low. So you could add this to your eggs, but I'm gonna save it for a little snack. This and a little jammy jam. Your ones are so clean because all you have is literally whole grain brown rice and salt. And check this out, one cake is only 35 grams of calories, 7 grams of carbs, and then 0 fat, and nothing else is in this. So there's no like funny gluten. Before I trained, I had a mush, which is oatmeal with blueberry. It's delicious. And I had another egg white, which is like 20 grams of protein, and then a little bit of blueberries on top of that, and a full 12-ounce cup of water and grapefruit salts because we ran out of oranges, or orange one. And off I go, train for an hour and a half, almost 2. And post-workout, you're gonna see my plate in just a little bit. But I don't get to be home all the time post-training. When I do, is a beautiful thing. I didn't eat right after I trained because I had two calls right off the bat. But I did have my protein shake and a banana in those hour and a half, 2 hours periods. So now I'm having my full meal. I'm still not gonna have a lot of high fat because I still haven't put in that much of my carbs and my protein. So my big meal is gonna be here right now. And then before I start coaching again, I'm gonna have some high protein, a little bit higher fat type of snack before I go into my long day of coaching in the afternoon. And then post all of that, I'm gonna have high protein again and probably gonna have a little bit of fat. When I'm cooking, guys, I'm always in blueberries. I love them so much. Remember when I say to take it off the heat? So this is how it's gonna look. And then I mix it up. I like them really well done. And then my pan never ever gets stuck. And then I put only a tiny little bit of butter. You guys saw. Oh my God, I have to close the fridge. I'm not the greatest at closing the fridge because I like to see everything that's in it. Always somebody's behind me closing the fridge. Guys, one pro tip I wanted to show you is if you're extremely hungry and it's your like meal and you're starving, have something prior, like I have that you can see right here, my power shake. And that way I am not starving before it actually comes to me hitting my macros, right? Because if I'm really hungry, I could just eat, and if I eat really fast, then I'm just not gonna allow my brain to capture that I've eaten, right? You should know by now when you log it in. Only very little sugar is this right here, but it's post-workout, so I get to eat all of this, plus before, right, I start coaching again. So check this out. Try to guess how much protein and how many carbs I'm gonna have right about now. Not as many carbs as I wanted to because I took my shake before and I had another one banana, so. As I was making the video, I finished my eggs. See how much you guessed, how many proteins, grams. I also realized that I said 35 grams of calories earlier in the in one of the videos. I am sorry about that. I hadn't eaten, but now my brain is back. I am back, and I hope you've enjoyed this. Kay had told me to do something like this, and since I don't have Coach DJ Nerdy following me around to everything that I eat, I have to eat quite a bit for me to keep my calories. Here I come again with not closing everything that I open. And it's just the curb or the thing and then the fridge. But I close the fridge because I like looking at everything. So that way I'm like, what am I gonna have? I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have this. But yes, so I don't know that you care to know what I eat or not, but I love to share. The timing of food is huge, and it keeps me accountable also in what I'm telling you guys, but also to fuel me through the day. I don't always do high carb, high protein, moderate fat throughout the year. It depends on where I'm at. It depends on what my goals are. It depends on where I want to. Do I want to go up? Do I want to come down? Do I want to maintain? Do I want to tighten up in the midline? Do I want to get bulked up a little bit, a little fussily? It really is up to what you want to achieve, and that's the beauty part of it, right? If I want to be fueled, if I have longer days compared to other days, like some of my days are way longer than other days, so then I want to make sure that I'm fueled. But your body will get used to what you give it. So in order to change, you have to transition and adjust to that change. For the longest time, I was high protein, high fat, very little carb. The only little carbs that I would have is very little fruit, very little veggies. And I had zero inclination of high carbs, and my body gets used to it. You start burning fat and burning protein instead of utilizing carbs for fuel. And then when I switched it up, I was able to turn that back off and go burning carbs and burning protein for fuel instead of fat, because I was having a little bit more of the carb side. Right now, I am having higher carb, higher protein, moderate fat most days because of my activity level, my volume and intensity, and to be able to use that as performance. However, I do like to do some carb cycling and some type of different styles like that, because I've been doing this for a while, where I like to have some high carb days, some lower carb days, and we could get into that. The more you work with me, the longer you do this, the more you're gonna be able to make your machine, which is your body, adjust to what you want and what you need it for, right? And that's the beauty of it. A lot of the times, right now I'm logging, but a lot of the times I don't log anymore because I've learned to understand, hey, maybe this banana is this many carbs, this cutie is this many grams of sugar. I do want to say something that is huge, and hopefully I've gotten you all the way to here. If not, I'll put it in the front end next time. But I try to eat anything that is food that I'm gonna have. I try to have it to where the ingredients are less than 5 ingredients. The cleaner the source, the better. The cleaner the ingredients, the less shelf life is gonna have. That means I'm gonna be able to process it easier, less processed food. And then when I wanna enjoy something that it's probably more than 5 ingredients, then I know I'm gonna suffer in my stomach, but I also accept it and then move on and continue on. So the fresher the food, the less ingredients on the back of the label, the better. And I look for that quite a bit. Also with the oils, which I'll go and touch into next time. Thank you guys.